Roblox Sols RNG has been absolutely booming over the last few months as the player base keeps growing and the game keeps expanding. And normally, we only tend to receive update news just before the release of a brand new era. Well, the devs might have recently slipped up as they spilled the beans on not only the upcoming Era 9 update, but also the upcoming Era 10 and also Era 11 and potentially 12. This includes 16 new auras, a second world, and the potential of an RPG and PvP system. So today we're going to be going through a full breakdown of everything to come, just so that you're all aware of the future of Sols RNG. But just before we take a look at that, guys, we are now so close to 350,000 subscribers. And once we reach this goal, I'm doing my biggest giveaway yet of 50,000 Robux. So if you'd like to take part in the giveaway, just comment your Roblox username down below and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. You'll also get the Bacha subscriber look like all of these other guys here. Alright, now let's go check out the upcoming Era 9 and Era 10 update news. And we're in! Today, I have probably one of the most exciting videos that I'm ever about to release to you guys. Today, not only am I going to show you the Era 9 upcoming leaks, I am also going to show you the future of Sols RNG, including Era 10 and something they're about to call the second world. And yes, that's right, this is absolutely not clickbait. Basically, what happened was the Sols RNG devs decided to go on a Roblox panel and essentially talked about the history of Sols RNG and then also revealed the future of Sols RNG. And when I tell you that this is gonna blow your minds, I genuinely mean it. So that's what we're going to be doing for today's video. We are going to be going through everything mentioned within that video. And by the way, the panel was 45 minutes long and in Korean. So I have sat here for the last hour just jotting down notes on everything that happens in the video, just so that you guys don't also have to sit there through 45 minutes of subtitles as well. So we're gonna go through everything important within the video and just discuss everything that's gonna be upcoming to Era 9 and Era 10 of Sols RNG. Alright, I'm not gonna waste your time any longer. Let's get into the video. Alright, so here it is. This is the video. It was posted by Roblox Level Up, and it does now have 14,000 views. I first watched it when it was on like 700 views, so it's actually blowing up quite a bit right now. And the title of the video is Sols RNG History by all of these developers here, Inspired 2024. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it and break down this video. So as one of my notes, I have mentioned that the first 7 minutes of this video is essentially just breaking down the history of Sols RNG. And if you guys want to check this out for yourself, I will leave the link to this video in my description so you can go watch it there. But just for today, we are actually going to skip over the history of Sols RNG because it's not really important regarding the updates. So let's skip to the part where they actually talk about the Era 9 upcoming update. Okay, so in my notes, I've jotted down that the update talk starts at 9 minutes 30, so let's get into this. As you can see from this PowerPoint, so it says Sols RNG, and here we have Era 9, which to me looks like the Overture rework. Then they have an Era 10, which does talk about the lore of Sols RNG and the upcoming lore elements. And then we have Era something, which I think ties in the lore with RPG elements of Sols RNG. And then we have another future era, and this one I have no idea what this is about really. So let's see what the devs have to say on this. Okay, so this is 54XYZ currently talking, and he's actually gone to the page which talks about the Era 9 updates. Now, since I can't read Korean, and I'm sure most of my viewers can't, I do have the English translations on, and they're not great, but let's just see what he has to say on this.
다가오는 에라 9 업데이트에서 저희는 시스템적인 요소를 개편하기 위해서 게임을 전체적으로.
Okay, so as we can see here, he's talking about there's going to be large-scale work on the game, and in the upcoming Era 9 updates, we will rework the game as a whole to revamp the visual and systematic elements. So basically, the whole aura system and other systems within Sols RNG are going to be fully revamped for the Era 9 update. And 54XYZ has said himself in a Discord announcement that Era 9 will be the biggest update to ever happen on Sols RNG. And you know I'm excited for that, guys. I've been waiting so long for a massive update to come to this game. But anyway, let's get back into the video and see what else he has to say about Era 9.
작업으로는 맵 구조 정리,
So here he's now talking about arranging the map structure, so we're going to get new map elements coming into the game. There's going to be a reorganization of the UI, there's going to be optimization regarding the auras.
개발자들은 다음 게임 시간.
Here he said that through this update, players will be able to experience a more complete game and developers will be able to present richer updates by shortening the next game. And this is all essentially because they're going to add in a different backend so that auras can more easily be put into the game, which is honestly a really good idea and definitely needs to happen soon.
또한 에라 9 업데이트에서는 에라 8 그리고 .5에서 출시되지 못한 수많은 아우라들과 콘텐츠들이
And he has also stated here that a lot of the content which was not released in Era 8, like regarding mainly the auras, will be coming to Era 9. Which is honestly perfect for us because all of those whitelisted auras we've taken a look at in the past that never got added probably will now come to Era 9. So yeah, this update should be massive as long as everything goes to plan. Okay, so now we're moving on to Era 10 here, and XYZ did just say this is about the custom story. So Era 10 will dive a lot into the lore of Sols RNG.
저희 Sols RNG의 스토리에 관련된 내용인데요.
And he has just said again, he's putting a lot of effort into the Sols story himself, so yeah, this should be quite epic when it comes out.
아우라를 단순한 치장용 아이템이 아닌 스토리가 담긴 하나의 캐릭터로 만들려고 합니다. Sols RNG를
And he did just announce as well that the auras will basically just have a meaning. They're not just going to be random auras in the game. They're all going to be tied into some sort of a lore element. So the game is actually more like an RPG game.
플레이해주시는 많은 플레이어분들과 이런 의견들을 나누면서 하나의 커다란 세계관을 만든 에라 10에선 이런 스토리 관련된 보스 레이드
Okay, now he's getting into the Era 10 limited content as well, which includes storytelling, new NPCs, there's going to be boss raids,
팀 게임 콘텐츠
there's going to be team game content,
시네마틱 영상
cinematic videos, and racing content through puzzle gimmicks. Apologies to any of my Korean viewers if any of the translation is wrong there, but I'm pretty sure everything he said there is correct, which means Era 10 would also be a massive update. Honestly, I actually love to hear this from the dev team. I love to hear that they are actually working on developing a fully fleshed out game, because that means for me and you, we can easily stay on Sols RNG and play way longer, and there's going to be so much more content for us to make rather than just doing max looks. So honestly, that sounds like a W update so far to me.
아우라 상호작용 기능이 있네요.
Okay, now we're getting into the aura interaction function. So we've already seen this a little bit from the Oblivion aura, but let's see what XYZ has to say on this.
스킬과는 별개로 아우라와 맵, 바이옴, NPC
So apart from skills, aura, and map biome NPCs, alternatively they're planning on
아우라끼리의 상호작용 요소를 추가해 나가려고 합니다. 예시된 내용이 몇 가지
adding interactive elements to the auras.
이건 아직 확정된 요소가 아니기 때문에 아래 참고 사진 2개를 보는 걸로 대신하도록 하겠습니다.
Okay, and he has said that this isn't a confirmed element yet, so they're instead going to look at two different references of the photos below. And basically what they're looking at here, let me get rid of the subtitles for a second. What they're looking at here is the Oblivion aura, which you're able to cast your friend towards you with that now. And then they're also looking at the Hypervault, which they put in a little Easter egg, or they're planning on putting in a little Easter egg, where if you stand with the Hypervault in the circle, it's meant to light it up and make the candles go crazy. Now, if you guys haven't been playing Sols RNG for as long as I have, essentially in Era 7, a little cave was added in over there. So let me go show it to you guys quickly. So if you come through the Stellar Portal, you can run fully into the caves this way. Once you get to the caves, you can do this obby. If you just follow it all the way along, you'll then end up on this part of the map. And once you get here, this wall you can actually run through. And now that we're inside here, this was actually used for a quest line, which was how the Unbound aura got introduced into Sols RNG. And loads of people have said in this past that this circle right here does look like the Hypervault circle. So if I pull out my Hypervault aura, where is it? Okay, here it is. If we pull this out, you can see currently it doesn't actually do anything. I mean, loads of people have tried to get this Easter egg to work, and nothing really happens when you pull your Hypervault out. But if we go check out the video, XYZ is claiming that there will be little Easter eggs added like this, where this whole thing will light up and these candles will kind of flare up and stuff like that. So honestly, not a massive update, but it's just cool to see that they are working on little Easter eggs like that, just to flesh out the game concepts a little bit more.
이 첫 번째 사진은 오블리비언의 채팅 상호작용 기능이고요.
Yeah, so we can see here, he says Oblivion's chat interactive function, which we do know about. I've shown this in a video recently, this week actually.
지금 인게임에도 만날 수 있는 채팅에 컴다운이라고 치면은 NPC가 내려오는 그런 기능이죠. 두 번째로는 하이퍼월드와 반응하는 마법진.
And then he said, secondly, the magic circle that reacts with, and then he's going to talk about the Hypervault aura.
맵 동굴 안쪽 깊은 곳에 마법진을 볼.
He said, you can see the magic circle deep inside the cave in our map.
향후 추가될 콘텐츠고.
And this will be content to be added in the future. So yeah, for the time being, this doesn't do anything like I've just shown you, but they are working on it.
하이퍼볼트가 마법진 주변 촛불이 켜지는 그런 기능이 추가될 예정입니다. 약간 이스터에그와 같은 콘텐츠 요소로서 직접 찾아가는 재미를.
And he did confirm this will just be like an Easter egg that makes it fun to visit this area. And that's it really. It's not going to be a part of a quest line as of yet.
마지막으로는
Oh, and the last thing they're actually going to mention is the World 2. So that was the last picture that we saw there. As you can see currently, the way that they've displayed it is World 1, you have biomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But with the future update of Sols RNG, they're planning to do that World 1 holds biomes 1, 2, and 3. So this would be like windy, snowy, and normal maybe. And World 2 would hold biome 4, 5, and 6. So this could be like Hell, Starfall, and Corruption. And here he did just say concept of optional expansion of content 1 in a small world. Okay, the translation is terrible here.
콘텐츠를 몰아넣는 게 쉽지 않게 월드를 확장.
Oh, he's saying, okay, so basically they're planning on adding in a World 2 because it's not easy to cram in a lot of content into one small world. Because as I'm sure most of you guys are aware, Sols RNG map isn't really the biggest. I mean, of course, there are the caves area, which are just not used at all. But if we go back outside, you can see right here, there's not really the most amount of room. But I would also argue with XYZ and just say that Sols RNG haven't really made the best use of the space that they do have. Like, of course, they added in the beach area down there, but there's not really much to do there. And there is that massive fenced off area, which could easily be used for something else. But yeah, once again, nothing is there. And on top of that, we have been promised that the mountain will open really soon for months. Like literally months. Because once again, if you guys haven't been playing Sols RNG for as long as I have, there has been a sign up here, if I zoom out, saying coming soon, as in the mountain will be opening sometime soon. That has been there since Era 5, dude. That was literally put there 4 or 5 months ago, something like that, which is honestly crazy. So I understand why they want to make a World 2, because they probably just want to expand on the map. But at the same time, I do think they need to make better use of the map they currently have. So that covers the first 12 minutes of this panel, and now for the next like 18 minutes, it's basically just a Q&A. If you guys want to go check out the Q&A for yourself, you can. Once again, I will leave a link to this video in the description below. But there is one part that I want to go to in particular during this Q&A, and that happens somewhere around the 21-minute mark. So let's go check this out.
솔스 RNG에 현재 사용되고 있는 많은 아우라들의 제가
Okay, so here they've been asked a question about the future of Sols RNG once again and what's going to be added into the game as far as quest lines. And here we get an answer saying, I would gradually add more stories to many auras that are currently being used. I'm planning to play other chapter games
나중에 향후 콘텐츠로는 이런 스토리를 RPG 게임
such as RPG games or PvP games with this story in the future.
다른 장르의 게임도 출시해보면 어떨까 약간 이런.
And then it goes on to say, but this is not being confirmed yet, so obviously guys, this isn't a definite that's going to be added into Sols RNG, it's just something that they are thinking about.
그래서 이거는 나중에 저희 게임의 이벤트 요소로 출시되면서.
And then it goes on to say, since this hasn't been done yet, it will most likely be released as an event element for their game, so it'll just come as another event in Sols RNG as part of a quest line.
이제 다른 게임을 출시하는 기반이 되지 않을까.
And then it could become the basis for releasing other games. And by that, I think they mean other quests and other like mini games and stuff like that into actual Sols RNG. So essentially, like I said at the beginning, they are really planning to expand Sols RNG into like a more of an RPG or a PvP style game. But as the developers did just say, it's not 100% confirmed. It's just something they're considering for the future of Sols RNG, which is honestly a great thing. I mean, it means that it should give Sols RNG a really bright future heading forward. And it's not just going to continue to be like a roll and stand around game. And I think that's what most of the players have been asking for a while, especially those that are actively playing the game. I mean, if we have a look, I currently have 10 million rolls. My total playtime on this game is now 105 days. I have spent 105 days just studying this lobby. And if you have a look at the most roll, these guys almost have double my rolls, like 17 million rolls. So yeah, I think a lot of players, it's safe to say a lot of players are really wanting updates where the game is just more of a playable game. So it's just really nice to see that they are at least considering that stuff, even if it's not going to be added anytime soon. And one more thing to go over that's quite important, or at least I thought was quite important, 28 minutes into this conference, they do also talk about the fact that free cam will be added into the game sometime in the near future. So for those of you guys that love to explore the map like I do by going on top of the mountain or finding little nooks and crannies within the map, you will be able to use a free cam, and that should be coming out in Era 9. If not Era 9, definitely Era 10. So once again, that's an awesome thing to hear, and for everyone that loves to play hide and seek, I think that's going to be a really nice element to play with. Okay, Okay, and now we're heading on to the part that I'm sure every single one of you has come to this video for. The Aura Atlas has 100% been confirmed to be coming to Era 9, but there are 15 other auras that have also been most likely confirmed to also come to the upcoming eras. Now, these are not 100% confirmed like Atlas, but they have been on the whitelist for a while, and they probably will be added into the game. So it's finally time for the moment all of you have waited for. Let's go take a look at some of the auras that will be coming to the future of Sols RNG. For this part, I will just mute the volume and let's just go over all of the auras that they mention here. So the first one being the Innovator Aura. This one we have seen within the last 3 weeks of Sols RNG whitelist, and this was of course created for the innovation reward. Next up, we have the Atlas Aura. This will be the cutscene for it, which already is so epic. I mean, imagine getting this cutscene, and then it's going to cut to this. So currently it's been given a rarity rating of 277 million, and look at this aura. How epic is this? Honestly, the Atlas Aura is by far one of my most favorite auras I've ever seen. Like, to me, I just think it looks so well done. And yes, Atlas has been 100% confirmed by Hushu to be coming to Era 9 of Sols RNG. So take a good look at this aura, guys, because this will definitely be in Sols RNG very, very soon. The next aura that we have seen before as well is called Maelstrom, I believe, and this one is epic because it does come with an ability. So I've shown this in the past. Okay, here it is. Here's the ability for it. So when you press X, you basically just fly forward like Superman. It looks absolutely insane. Another one we're taking a look at is the Aviator Aura. I honestly cannot believe the devs are mentioning this aura. I thought this would never get added into Sols RNG. But here it is. This is apparently 4th on their list of the whitelisted auras that are probably going to be coming to Sols RNG. And I'm honestly so happy they're picking this one because Sailor is one of my favorite auras currently. And if we manage to get this Aviator one, honestly, I would be so happy. I would use this all the time. It's such a fun looking aura. Okay, next up is an aura called Dynamic Force, and this was done by a creator called Atlas. Now, this one I've shown multiple times in the past as well. This one looks absolutely amazing because when you equip it, the player punches the ground and then the aura comes out like this. And look at this thing. There are so many moving parts to it. It's honestly so well done. And not only that, but this aura actually comes with an ability as well, like this. It's basically like a lightning bolt that comes down. Looks really epic. Now we're moving on to a Blossom rework, actually. So a lot of you guys probably won't have the Blossom aura because it is unobtainable now. But it's cool to see that the devs still want to give it some love for the people that do have it, and they still want to rework it as well. So they've given it a mode 1, which is on the left, and they've given it a mode 2, which you can see on the right. Now we've got one aura that I actually don't really like the rework for that much, and that's the Celestial Aura. Genuinely, I love the way that this looks in the game already. And if you have a look at it here, it doesn't look too different, but yeah, I don't know. It's not really my favorite, but it did get a rating of 9.5 out of 10, so it probably will get added into the game. Okay, now we're moving on to one of my favorite auras once again. This one is Apostolus. I've covered this one multiple times in the past as well, and genuinely, I would love for this aura to be added into the game. We saw this one back in like Era 6, and it's still not here for some reason. So yeah, I really hope they add that one in. Now we're taking a look at an Archangel rework, so this is going to be the cutscene for it, which I don't think is any different. I don't know. I actually never had Archangel, so I don't even know what the cutscene is. But I do know what the rework looks like, and that is this. I mean, take a look at the sword in the hand. It already looks way better, but obviously the main part is just the size of the wings and like all of the swords which are falling down around the aura. Genuinely, this Archangel rework is one of the best, if not the best, that's been done. And I mean, you can obviously tell just by the size of the sword why. This aura is now so big. And look at this ability as well. It's huge. It looks like a napalm strike has just come down. Now they're also showing the Matrix Overdrive aura, which I've also shown many times in the past. And I genuinely don't know why this one isn't in the game already. Maybe they had some issues with scripting before. But it does look like the devs are strongly considering of putting it in the game. So I'm sure whatever scripting issues it might have had, they probably will fix and it'll probably be in the game. And now in this portion of the video, the devs are talking about the Comet aura, and the reason they want to rework this one is because the Universe Potion is no longer able to be made with the Comet auras because the Universe Potion doesn't exist. So the Comet doesn't really have a purpose in the game anymore as much as it used to. So now they want to focus on reworking this aura just so at least people can wear it and make it look nicer. So honestly, that's a W update as well. Now we're taking a look at the Sailor Flying Dutchman, which, dude, at this point, it's been reworked like 3 times already. But I can really see why they want to rework it once again. Look at that, like, Kraken claw coming up from the ground. Is it, could I even call it a claw? That, like, octopus tail thingy? What do I call it? I'm having a brain fart here. But it basically looks like the Jade Aura scarf at the front, and then you have lightning bolts coming down, you have the Kraken coming up, there's an anchor around it. Honestly, there's so many things going on there. That's also a W update. And then they're looking at doing a rework for the magnetic reverse polarity. And I think the reason that they want to rework this aura is just because of the amount of problems they've had in the past with the like VFX particles with the original magnetic reverse polarity. Like, loads of people have complained that this aura basically fries their PCs, so I think that's why they want to rework it. Next up is an aura from a friend of mine, Super Wi-Fi, and this one is the Chromatic Diva. And once again, this one was made back in like Era 6, so I don't know why it never got added into the game. I think there were originally some issues with the size of the aura and the song that was used for the aura, but it's clearly on the devs' radar, so it's not been kicked out the way just yet, and it could get added into the game. And honestly, it definitely deserves to get added into the game because Super is mega talented. They have made so many epic auras on Sols RNG. And now they're doing a mega throwback. This aura came out in Era 5, or it was shown in Era 5. I very first covered this aura like 4 months ago, and I know that this one was created by Yin because Yin at the time was making so many epic auras. This one's called Sirius. Oh, you can't see it anymore, but basically it was like a rainbow aura. It's really cool. You guys can go check it out in the whitelist for yourself. Just type in Sirius. And now the devs are also looking at doing a Gargantua rework. They do have 4 different ones to show here. So this one, once again, was worked on by Super Wi-Fi. So of course, it's going to be good because Super is just mega talented. Next up, this is another version of a rework that was worked on by Gal Bogler, which are also mega talented. Gal Bogler is so good at making these big auras. Then we have another rework of it. And honestly, the size of this one is smaller, but I really like what they've done with the planets at the bottom. Like, that's quite a unique touch that none of the other ones have done. And then lastly, we've got another Gargantua aura, once again made by Super Wi-Fi because they cannot stop making these auras. Yeah, this one is by far the biggest. Also, I think this one distorts light at the top, so this one definitely has some epic touches that have been done to it. And that is it. That is essentially the full breakdown of that 43-minute panel that's being done by the Sols RNG dev team. I know this was kind of a lengthy video and completely different to what I normally make, but I just wanted to update you guys on everything that's upcoming. And if you didn't want to watch the full 43-minute video, you can instead watch this video of me just yapping along to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative. As a reward for you guys listening to me yap for so long, I am giving away a massive 50,000 Robux when we hit 350,000 subscribers. And genuinely, we're like, what, 7,000 subscribers away now? So this should happen sometime early next week. So if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you do subscribe to win yourself some Robux and of course to keep up with my future videos. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this one and I'll catch you in the next one.